Greetings and welcome to another episode of Bermuda's Feel Good Early Morning Show. Good Day Bermuda, supported by Pizza House and Aliana's Restaurant. I'm Terry Tuku alongside Jackie Lambert, and we want to thank you for getting up bright and early with us on this Thursday morning. However, it is the last live show of the week for Jackie and I, so we're going to bring you the most guests we've had ever on our show. Backstage, we have three lovely women from the Coalition for the Protection of Children, and we're going to be discussing their organization, the programs that they have currently in the works, as well as some activities that they have coming down the pipeline. So make sure you stick around for that conversation. Before we get into that, Jackie, though, for today's trend report, there's been a lot going on over Bermuda Twitter. We're going to get to that next week. We're going to let Bermuda Twitter have its day. There's a lot going on. Bermuda Confessions, Bermuda Carnival. There's just a lot. But it's the end of the month. And I don't think we've ever had a final episode, or we've noticed that we've had a final episode on the last day of the month. So let's do a check-in and see how everyone's March went, because you and I talked that March was like a long month. Like, it took over from January. Winter and spring are fighting over us right now. Like, there's just a lot going on. So how was your March?
Well, I finished with a bang. I just won the tournament last night.
Great success.
Yeah, and I was super excited. I was just like, oh my God. And then somebody's just like, yes, so how much money does he win? I'm like, wait, we win money in this tournament? So obviously one of the hosts was just like, yeah, it's money tournament. I was like, yeah, I didn't enter the tournament. I was told I was playing, so I just showed up, played my matches, and went about my business. Most times, like, we pass, how old am I? 34?
I mentioned to do that. How old am I? But you'll have to do that too.
After 30, you forget how old you are. So I go 34 this year. So, like, for the first 25 years of my life, I've never played a money tournament or gotten money from a tournament. So to find out that I got a little pocket change, I was way excited. Usually you just get a nice trophy, you just add it to the mental, you're just like, and another one. But like, I got a little money, I'm gonna get lunch. It's always going to get spent on food.
Always going to come back to food. So I concur with Michael Anthony. He says, congrats, Jack. That is a big one. I didn't get a chance to watch any of Jackie's matches, but I was there in spirit. I did see, and she posted when she was playing against people. So shout out to you for winning that competition overall. That's good.
I booked a massage for tomorrow. I'm also finishing and starting with self-care. I'm just killing it this March.
You are.
March Madness is positive.
You are. Shout out to you. My March was good. It was interesting. I'm grateful for it to be over. I cannot wait for the next. I cannot wait for the first 2 weeks in April to be done, which sounds like a lot, but I'm definitely ready for April to kind of let's go, because March was crazy.
Like, I get excited the warmer it gets. Like, next week we have our second week of camp, and we have more kids because obviously more kids are out of school. I am stoked. I love making this. Like, the kids just have so much fun. I make them make noise because they're used to being in class and being told shh, and I'm just like, I can't hear you. They're like, let's go, we're ready, and they're like cheering on me. Make them do relay and baseball, tennis, and football, tennis. So everybody that plays different sports is still excited to come on. I'm just excited to hear the kids make all their noise.
I can concur with that. So when we had our skills session, like, there was a good bit of children that came out. I was pleasantly surprised. And like, they enjoyed the running around, the kicking of the ball, the trying to steal the ball from the adults. Like, it was definitely dope to see them, like, just, and it was a great Sunday. Like, last week's Sunday was super great. This Sunday is questionable. We haven't made it Sunday yet.
I was just like, oh, I want to go, like, on a boat, maybe go fishing. So I hit up one of my friends. I was like, so what's available? And they sent me a picture, and there's just like nothing, because it's going to be 80% chance of rain on Saturday and like 100% of chance of rain on Sunday. And I said, wow, like, buzzkill. Just wait to like crush my dreams.
I'm personally not looking forward to that, but one can hope that, maybe they're wrong. Maybe the weather folks predicted it wrong, and maybe it'll just pleasantly surprise us. Mother Nature might say, you know what, gotcha, April Fools. That's what I'm
I like a little plot twist. I like a little, like, oh, you thought that you was going to be hungover in bed all day because it was going to rain. Ha ha! Sun's out play.
Not sun's out play.
But yeah, I'm excited.
Well, Michael has this question for me. So why didn't I play? So I didn't play for a number of reasons. I haven't been tennis in
3 weeks.
What feels like a month. I actually don't think I've done tennis this month at all.
Oh.
Maybe like once.
No, and that's correct. It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah.
It's been a while. So like my tennis arm's a little rusty, and I'm not going to be there this Saturday either. So no, I wasn't tournament ready. Yes, there were people that were, air quotes, at my skill level, but
You want to come out swinging.
I wanted to feel like, literally swinging. But I also wanted to feel like, okay, I had a great session with Jack, or no, I didn't have a great session with Jack. Here's what I'm going to change. Here's what I'm going to do, because I had a great session with Jack, and just because I didn't have that, that comfort of tennis lessons with Jackie, I chose not to do. But I will. But I do intend to do at least one tournament this year. Which one that is, not sure yet. But I do intend to do one. That is a goal for 2022. Not Q2, because no,
I got you. We're gonna do it. We're gonna sort it out.
Now, what else have you been doing this month? Like, what else did you get into this month? I feel like this month went by. Looking at the last day of the month, I feel like the month went by fast. But to be honest, living March was like long.
No, I've been over social. Every weekend I'll be like, yes, this is a weekend I get to do nothing, and somebody will be like, so you're not going to so-and-so's birthday party? I'm like, yikes, got another one. So I just kept, every weekend I had something. So it's been busy. I have a birthday something on Sunday. So
you're starting your April off with a bang.
Yeah, like there's no, I feel like there's no slowing down once February is over. Like once you hit, what's it called? Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm. She said what's it called?
Well, I don't celebrate it. I celebrate the day after, or when I have the chocolate goes on. That's when I celebrate. I'm like, yes, all right, let's get all these candy deals, and they're putting a little. They don't discount wine. Why don't they discount wine after Valentine's Day? I feel like that's actually a brilliant marketing pitch. Oh, you did it. Nobody wined and dined you. Here's a gift basket. Wine is on sale. Here's a piggy.
I feel like any discounted alcohol comes across as it's about to expire tomorrow. So that might be why, but also I think that's a really good ploy, a marketing ploy. It could only be like for like the week after Valentine's Day, so it doesn't feel like they're just trying to get rid of old liquor.
True.
But who knows? Maybe someone watching this show has, wine in stock, and next year we might see wine on sale, and we'll have Jackie to thank, because it probably came from this idea.
I feel like it'd be like, oh, I apologize. Like, what is the term for somebody that didn't get a Valentine?
Wait, like
I didn't have a Valentine, so I feel
so
like
you just didn't have a Valentine. So
people should feel sorry for me for not getting a Valentine. Like
no.
Like in school back in the day, I watched somebody that didn't get a Valentine. The teacher gave them an extra treat, and it's just like.
I mean, besides feeling sorry for the person, they don't have a term. There's no term for that person.
Whatever.
Stop trying to get yourself some type of gift post Valentine's Day, because you don't even celebrate it. Like, what are you talking about?
That's not the point. You should still feel sorry for me because I didn't get a Valentine.
I feel like people probably feel sorry for you, but they're just not going to give you a title. They're just going to, here, Jack.
I accept.
See, that's it. So just stop begging for the title and just accept the gifts when they come. I mean, it's late now. We're all the way at the end of March. But for next year, who knows? You might have Valentine's next year.
Star.
Speaking that into
Star.
See how you just took it away.
I'm gonna have a Valentine's.
We have a Valentine's. I feel like those are really good. We should definitely do that next year, even if we have Valentine's. That's the plan.
I'm gonna go for it.
Okay, you're good first. So you're the planner. I'll just attend. Thank you.
I was trying.
I know.
All right. I'll do it.
So, Jack, I mean, it looks like you had a very interesting March. My March was also interesting. We'll probably get into more of this conversation next week as we, start off April, have plans for the new month, see what we're going to do differently in the new month. So if you didn't get a chance, let us know what you got into this March. Go ahead and let us know in the comments. Jack and I are going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to bring our guests of the day. We have 3 women from the Coalition for the Protection of Children. We're going to be discussing their organization, the programs that they have, as well as how you can support them if there's any opportunities for you to support them. So make sure you stick around for that conversation. Jack and I will be right back after this commercial break.
Same smooth sounds, different name. BCG Radio, home of Bermuda's most engaging morning talk shows, The Daily Hour and Good Day Bermuda. Download the app available for Android and Apple devices. BCG Radio, your station for conversations and entertainment.
Welcome back to Good Day Bermuda, supported by Pizza House and Aliana's Restaurant. I'm Terri Tuku alongside Jacky Lambert. And if you're just joining us, make sure you take a minute to share this episode wherever you're watching. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and take that link and drop it in your favorite WhatsApp group chat. To all of you on Twitter, make sure you retweet it. Those of you on Facebook, go ahead and share it on your wall. Send it to a bunch of people on Messenger. You know, a lot of people are looking in that Messenger app. Have a quick chat, so send it to them, because we are going to be welcoming in 3 women from the Coalition of the Protection for Children. We have Denae Burchall backstage, Stephany Outerbridge, as well as, I didn't even ask how we pronounce her name, but I'm assuming it's Christyn. I hope to God it's Christyn. Christyn Simon's backstage. We're going to bring them all into the conversation right now, and then we're just going to have a quick chat. So Denae, Stephany, and Christyn, I hope?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, bless.
Yes.
I was like, oh, I didn't ask her before the show started. So here I am, just
You're good.
off the cuff.
Good
Perfect.
morning.
Morning, ladies.
Morning.
I love the choir.
Yeah, it's early. It's early.
Very early. So, Christyn, I'm actually going to start with you. Can you share with us what the mission statement of the coalition is, as well as what is the actual backstory for how it was formed?
Absolutely. So the mission of the coalition is to heighten public awareness of children's issues, advocate on their behalf, as well as provide services which address the unmet needs that we see families experiencing. The coalition was started, I want to say, let me get it officially correct. I want to say it was like 1992, something along those lines. I know I was young at that time, but it was started way back then, and our mission continues to be just trying to support families in the areas where they are struggling or they are finding that they're just needing support. So that leads us to covering a whole gamut of kind of different services and ways of support.
Perfect.
Now, you said different services. Can you elaborate on that and what services you offer / provide?
Sure, that's Steph. I think we because there is a lot, so I'll let her rattle off the whole gamut.
So this will include programs and support services. We have our breakfast program where we're in a number of public schools on the island serving breakfast daily to students, and Denae runs that program. We have our advocacy program where we talk about legislative agendas and policies, awareness campaigns, and awareness, I say, because this is now Child Abuse Prevention Month in April, which Denae will talk about. We have hardship support, where we offer a pantry and grocery support, summer camps, extracurricular activities, school uniforms, educational support to adults and kids, basic needs that can look anything like water, electricity, bus passes, and we do provide some form of clothing support as well. We have a Roots for Success program that is more of an employability program where we have different community workshops, either at PTAs, parenting workshops, employability skills, mental health support, through forms of workshops and seminars, and sometimes one-on-one if it's like someone that's needing a resume or something like that. We also have our teen program, which is new to us, where we have a suspension program where we have students who are suspended. They'll come to us for kind of a restorative piece, completion of work, so they're just not home doing nothing, experiential learning activities, school team meeting support for parents, groups and workshops for them, life coaching, academic support for our teens, and community service hours. We also have Safety Matters, which is an abuse prevention program that's in the primary and middle schools, and One Love, which is a healthy relationship program that we're offering to our middle and high school students. With that said, we also have client services, which is case management, kind of liaising with other organizations such as DCFS, Family Center, SCARS. We have short-term counseling, goal setting, crisis intervention, and all of that leads to what we want our clients to be, which is self-sufficient and sustainability. We also have different community partners, such as Open Your Heart, Bermuda is Love, and Bayless Bay Cricket Club. So that's kind of just a brief overview of everything that we offer.
I just want to pause. Sis said this is brief, and I was just like, okay, wait, how big is this team? Because all of the things that you guys provide sound like there has to be hundreds of people helping with all of this, because even just like the breakfast program on Lynn, I'm pretty sure that takes a lot of logistics, making sure whatever schools that you service have everything that they need. If something's missing, who do we go to get the extra thing? So can you maybe share with us how big is your organization and how much effort it takes to put a lot of these programs on? Anyone can jump in, because I feel like everyone has something to say.
So to be perfectly honest with you, when it comes to direct services staff, it's the three of us. We have our executive director, Kelly Hunt, who she takes on the advocacy portions, like Stephany said, the latest legislative agenda and kind of our bigger, more macro level work. And we have Janae Evans, who's our admin assistant, who we love to death because she definitely comes in and fills in the gaps and stuff. But Stephany, Denae, and I are the primary direct staff that deliver the programs, that meet with the clients, that assess the needs and provide the support. So we are busy people on a day-to-day basis. We got a lot done, but we're definitely, working it in order to make sure that our clients get what they need from us.
I'm amazed at the three of you for taking all of that on.
So do you have any? I'm still in shock. So do you have any volunteers or people that come in on a here and there basis?
I guess I could speak to the volunteers for the breakfast program. So we're in 17 schools, and each school has their own volunteer coordinator who delivers the program to the students. So they ensure that the food is there. They order it from us, and we get it to them. So they serve breakfast every morning, anytime between 7:30 and 8:30 a.m. We also have recently partnered, like Stephany said, with Bermuda is Love and Bayless Bay Cricket Club. So once a month, every month, their teams help us to pack some breakfast bags that go out to the schools, and that just softens the load of the volunteer coordinators throughout the year.
I'm amazed because I'm just probably gonna miss this whole episode because that is a lot. I mean, you guys mentioned a community club, Bayless Bay Cricket Club, and I do know, as serving on another community club, that teams get stretched very thin. Mm-hmm. Jacky and I talk a lot about mental health and mental wellness on this show because it's something that we're passionate about as individuals, but we see our community is passionate about it as well. So before we jump back to more of what you guys offer with the programs and what you guys do exactly, can you just share with us how each of you maybe ensure that you're mentally well for your clients? Because I do feel like, you guys are directly dealing with clients. And so there is this impact that you're having on them. But if you're not mentally well, it could then in turn affect them.
Absolutely. And I think that that's something that I want to say that you kind of work on throughout your career, but definitely you find a way to get better at it over time. I know for me, I try very much to compartmentalize. So when I leave work, I leave work. And although we have our work cell phones and our laptops at home, when I get home, I try to put it down and not pick it up again until the next morning, unless, I'm anticipating that I'm needing to handle something that might come in a little later. I definitely try to ensure that I engage myself in activities, particularly sleep. I'm not even gonna lie, sleep is like my biggest self-care thing, but I try to do that, make sure I'm getting enough sleep so that my brain can reset for the next day.
I think for me, I'm the opposite. So I work when I have the urge to work, and that's like, it could be nights, it could be mornings. I can get up at 5 and send out a WhatsApp message or an email. So I just operate when my brain is like, all right, let's go. And our boss is very good at kind of giving us the space to do that. We have great team meetings that incorporate a lot of food because I'm a foodie. So that's part of my self-care. But yeah, if I know that I've had enough today, I'm able to take that break and be like, okay, I need to put some of these things aside for tomorrow.
Yeah, and like Stephany said, we have a small team, and that allows us a little bit more flexibility. And so that means that maybe I cannot take my lunch at 12 to 1. Maybe today I'm taking it from 2 to 3, or I'm very flexible with my time and being cognizant of what's going on with myself. I'm very vigilant, on what's going on with myself. So making sure that I myself am in therapy, making sure that I know that I can lean on my colleagues if I have an issue or if I need support in supporting our clients. So because we're a small team, we do have a lot of work, but we're also pretty close knit, and that's what self-care looks like for me.
I love that.
So how do you pick one specific child? How does a child become a part of your programs? Is it a case where, like you said, you're in the schools, you work with certain programs, but a child really needs you or a family really needs you? Does somebody report it, or is it just a case where you guys notice some things and then you ask more questions?
There are multiple routes to getting into the coalition, to be honest. It can be as simple as we've had, I'll call it like community referrals. So other clients will refer people, family members will refer people, other agencies will refer, and the family will reach out and call us, and then we do an intake with them. Due to COVID, we've done intakes in various forms, but we prefer it to be in person, where we get to sit down and talk with the parent or guardian of the family and find out what their needs are, find out how we can help them. But on another way, there schools have also referred. So us having relationships with a lot of schools has helped in that they can understand what we provide. And so if they're encountering a family that they think could benefit, we've had schools who will definitely refer families to us. We aren't, how do I put it? We aren't like a DCFS, so we can't force people to come to us. We're very much based off of people coming willingly and working with us willingly. So when we get the call, we meet with families and we ask them how we can best serve them. The teen and suspension program, that is definitely referred by the schools. And Denae and Stephany have a really good working relationship around that program in particular. And then with that, we hope to, once the child is attending the suspension program, we definitely touch base with the parents and the guardians to see, if there are other ways that we can provide support to them.
Now, one thing you just mentioned, like you guys can't force anyone to come. So if they don't want to come anymore, they can just say, peace, I'm done with you.
Yeah.
How does that conversation go for you guys? Because I'm pretty sure you guys get well invested into, whatever the client's needs are. And then they may decide, okay, this isn't for me anymore. Do you guys have any touch points where you check back in with the family that may have decided they don't want to do it anymore? Or do you just allow them the opportunity to decide to come back when they're ready? And is there a cutoff? Like if someone says, I don't want you guys' services anymore, is there an expiration date when they have to come back by?
No,
so I think it depends on risk, the check-in piece. So if there is some form of risk to the children or to the family, we will definitely either send a WhatsApp check-in and be like, hey, we haven't seen you in a while. Is everything okay? Or if the risk isn't as high, we'll allow the family to kind of move as they please. And most times our families return. It may not be within 3 months, 6 months. It just depends on the situation because, of course, everyone goes through a crisis period. So we do allow for our families to kind of come in and go as they please, provided that they are actually utilizing the services and kind of complying with the programs that we have.
We do very much have an open door. I would say I view it as an open door policy. So, like Stephany said, if we haven't heard from a family in a year, and then they resurface, where it's like, hey, how have you been? What's going on? We don't ever want to deter someone from reaching out for help. So our phones, are always open to receive them if they wish to reconnect because they're experiencing something that they need support with.
I love that, because I sometimes you kind of hear, okay, where there's a time where you have to do it by rush back, and then people kind of maybe feel even more anxious about their situation, and then they might be like, you know what, forget it, I'm never coming back. It's too much.
And life throws things at people at different times.
Exactly.
So we don't ever want people to feel like because this particular time frame has expired that they can't come back. If something's going on and you need help with it, absolutely give us a call and we will work with you.
Now, you mentioned the suspension program. Can you elaborate more on what that is?
Sure. So the suspension program came about from like a brainstorming session with our team. We all did the restorative justice training, and we just felt like students were being suspended and they were being sent home, and that's it. So we said, this is definitely a gap that we can fill as a team. So what happens is if a child is suspended, any middle or high school can refer the student to us and they will spend their time with us. We ensure that they have their schoolwork. We also engage them in other activities like to learn different social skills or become more restorative in their behaviors. And we usually want to hold a restorative conference, which includes victims of whatever their behavior was, their parents, the other child's parents, or school staff. We really want to get away from being punitive and get the children in an environment where they're learning, I guess, from their mistakes. So we've had students for 5 days, we've had students for 2 days, just depending on what's going on with the student. We work with the school to ensure they're in a safe environment. We also had children who weren't necessarily suspended, but when there was remote learning going on, maybe they didn't have Wi-Fi, or maybe they didn't have the attention span to sit in front of a computer all day alone while their parent was at work. So they can come to us as well. So the suspension program has taken on a little life of its own and crossed into remote learning support. But the main thing is we want to be restorative in our practices and not punitive.
I love that. We could go ahead. Sorry,
just to expand on that, it then brings them into the field of our team program, where we try to do some experiential learning pieces. Like next week, we're planning a experiential fishing trip where kids can go with us. We're going to go reef fishing. We're going to catch the fish. They get to keep what they've caught. They also get to learn the skill of filleting the fish. So it's more about those hands-on learning pieces as opposed to in the classroom, looking at the computer, looking at the teacher learning.
One thing I wanted to kind of follow up on all the things you guys have said is that you ladies are young. I say young, I use this very openly because I feel like we're all in the same generation. And the reason why I say that is because Aisha Place had said this earlier when you guys were talking about the breakfast program. She said, I wish this program was around while I was in school, because sometimes you don't realize how some of your friends are dealing with things at home because they may have a certain type of persona in school that makes you believe that their home life is all well put together. And we've seen students go home or be suspended and they be in town, they just be in the neighborhood, just like causing, or not necessarily causing trouble, just not have anything to do, idle hands and an idle mind. They're not engaged. So I commend each of you for the work that you're doing. And I wanted to get you guys to share with us what activity you guys have coming up for April. March is over. It's the last day of March. What can we look forward to in April for us to maybe support you guys, to come out to? What's going on with the coalition?
Yeah, so April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month, and we're really just inviting the community to join us in taking a stand against child abuse. Our theme for April is April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month, but for me, it's every single day. So we really just want to ensure that our community prioritizes the fact that children deserve to have a safe, nurturing, and healthy environment free of abuse every day, not just in April. Some ways that the community can join us is by wearing blue. I call it coalition blue. Wearing blue every single Friday of, excuse me, for the month of April. On April 8th, we're actually going to be in town with some of our student volunteers, giving out our stickers for the campaign. Other ways that the community can join us is ensuring that they are educated on how to prevent child abuse. And what that can look like is making sure that you are SCARS certified. So you've done the darkness to light training that SCARS provides. Also, we provide, which staff said earlier, a preventative education program. It's called Child Safety Matters. So it's actually the sister program to SCARS, Darkness to Light program. So what we do is we teach children 5 safety rules: know what's up, spot red flags, make a move, talk it up, and no blame, no shame. And that just helps children to recognize what abuse looks like and know how to report it to a safe adult should it be occurring around them or to them. And so parents, we're asking you to ask your children's school, when are you guys going to do Safety Matters with the Coalition for the Protection of Children? Is that on my child's calendar for this year? We're in every school, and yeah, that's what April's looking like for us, National Child Abuse Prevention Month.
So before we wrap it up, I do have a question because, like I said, I have a camp. Is this something that I can have, my parents sign a waiver and you come and do kids?
Absolutely. So we actually have the curriculum. We have it for schools, and it goes from P1, it's a P1 class, a P2, P3, all the way up through to senior school. But we also have an Athletes Matters curriculum, which focuses on the athlete group. So if you have a football team, a tennis team, and you would like us to come in, we can provide that. And then there's also a camp/after school program curriculum. So the actual curriculums are tailored by age and by the specific group that we're serving.
Mm-hmm. And we offer them for free. So we don't charge the school or the camp or, the activity for us to come in and present. We bring the materials that we require. The only thing that we really need is tech hookup, because there is like a PowerPoint and videos that are associated, but the actual materials and all of that we provide. And like I said, there's no charge for it.
Yeah.
And for those schools that want to give back, they might do like a grub day where they'll wear blue or things like that, and donate the proceeds to the coalition programs.
Yeah, you have my mind firing. I'm just like, oh, my kids are definitely
we want to
wearing blue on Friday.
We want to make sure that every child in Bermuda, like every single child, public or private schools, knows there's 5 safety rules, and they know how to help adults to help them stay safe. So that's our goal, is every child in Bermuda every year gets delivered the Child Safety Matters curriculum.
Perfect. Fantastic. Ladies, thank you so much for waking up bright and early and joining us. We have early gotten to the start, so you will be back. But people like myself that want to get you into our programs and come and talk to us, or, you talked about support, we want to give back, whatever the case may be, how can we contact you? Is there one number, or how do we individually, whichever? Just shoot us with the info. Steph, how do
I was like, okay. So our website is www.coalition.bm. You can call our main office. Janae will answer. She's lovely. 295-1150. And or you can email coalition. Sorry, what is it? I'm sorry, cpc@coalition.bm. We all have our individual emails, but CPC will go straight to our administrator, and she can kind of give it to either one of us at that point. We won't kind of give you all of our individual cell numbers, but if you contact the main line, you can definitely get Denae, and she'll direct you to one of us to support.
Perfect. As Jacky said, thank you, ladies, for getting up bright and early with us. I definitely feel like at the end of April, we need to come back and maybe have another conversation to see how the month went for you all. Because today was the last day of March, and we did a little check-in, so we could do a check-in with you ladies at the end of April.
Anytime.
Perfect.
Thank you for coming, ladies.
Awesome.
Enjoy the rest of your Thursday.
Thank you.
as
Thank you
well.
for having us.
Remember to wear blue tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And
Blue
every
is the
Friday.
answer. Got it. Bye, ladies.
Bye.
I don't know about you, Jack, but I'm really excited to wrap up today's episode and find out what the audience thought of that conversation. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back. So make sure you drop your thoughts on our conversation with the lovely ladies of the Coalition for the Protection of Children right here in Bermuda. Jack and I will be right back after this commercial break.
Same smooth sounds, different name. BCG Radio, home of Bermuda's most engaging morning talk shows, The Daily Hour and Good Day Bermuda. Download the app, available for Android and Apple devices. BCG Radio, your station for conversations and entertainment.
Welcome back to Good Day Bermuda, supported by Pizza House and Aliana's Restaurant. I'm Terri Tuku alongside Jacky Lambert. And if you're just joining us, we wrapped up an amazing conversation with the ladies of the Coalition for the Protection of Children. We had Christyn, Stephany, and Denae from the Coalition on. Jacky, before we get the audience feedback on today's episode, what were your thoughts? Because I could see you at the end, like ready to just like, okay, go and send them an email to ask for all the things.
No, seriously. So as they're talking, I'm like, they need more volunteers. So I'm thinking of all the women that I teach that I was like, oh, my husband, like, they're stay-at-home moms. So half of them are just like, yeah, I guess I'll go to lunch. I guess I'll go to Pilates. What else can I do? Like, they can put their time in and help volunteer. They love kids, but they can't be with their kids because their kids are in school. So now this is your way of, one, giving back to the community and, sorting out your idle time. But I'm excited to get them to come and talk to our kids. Like when we do Sun Smart, people come and they talk to the kids. They tell them like the different ways that you can protect yourself from the sun. And now with the Coalition of the Protection of Children, for the Protection of Children, with them coming, it just adds another way for children to protect themselves. And I'm all for it.
It does. Denae's my cousin and Stephany is my co-assistant. So I'd spoken to Stephany, and they're both connected with Bake Up. And I'd spoken to Stephany, just like, because we're both in the Hamilton Parish area. And one of the things that she mentioned, when she mentioned that she worked for the Coalition, I remembered that Denae had presented at the BFA retreat about their safety for kids. And I had just had this thought. I was like, oh, yeah. And Stephany had mentioned they have the athletes version. I was like, oh, this is perfect for our youth program. It's like something that you can kind of put out there. We have a facility where they could come. We could do food, have the tech set up, all of that good jazz, have a lawn outside if they needed to do like activity outside. And I was just like, if people start to know that these things exist, if you're looking for alternative ways to engage your child without being in a physical classroom or formal classroom setting, this is a perfect opportunity to do that. And I'm like super excited because I feel like to see young people doing it, it kind of makes it even easier to make the connection because it's
exactly.
They're going to see people that look just like them or someone that they can become in the future. So I'm really excited to see what else they have planned for April. And I'm definitely going to have a reminder in my calendar to wear blue every single Friday because I'll forget.
I'll be waking up. I'm like, I'm wearing black again, kids. I'm wearing blue.
Coalition blue. Coalition blue.
I have to leave. I didn't know what Coalition blue is. That's what I meant to ask. Like, because I want to match everybody else.
I mean, I feel like we can just wear a deep enough blue. It's not light blue, I can tell you that. But we'll definitely get if you want the exact color, we'll try. But I feel like as long as you got like a deep enough blue
versus a St. George's blue.
Oh, her, she good. It's too early. It is way too early. Go long, please. Go long. I want to bring in this comment from Aisha before we do our Feel Good Vibe of the day, which is trivia time with Terri. You're going to have an opportunity to beat Jacky by answering 3 or any of the 3 trivia questions before her. So before we get into that, though, Aisha says, I really wish this program was available when I was in primary school. My first 2 years of middle school, I could have handled life differently.
Yeah.
And you know what's really amazing is, one, that Aisha sharing that story, but then 2, the fact that it now exists. Like, I feel like there may have been Aishas of Bermuda that had this experience, and this program may have come out of, you know, those interactions, or maybe even hearing someone like Aisha sharing that story and realizing that there's a gap that needs to be filled. And absolutely, I feel like I like Aisha would have wished this would have helped, because I feel like there would have been way more kids in my year that would have actually matriculated to Berkeley to the end.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it's here now. The future, it's all about the future. The kids are going to benefit from the lessons that we learned as we were coming up. And Denae says, Coalition Brew is pretty much the same as your branding. So we're good, Jack. We're fine. We're good.
Thanks.
We're already ahead of the ball game. We already know what color to wear.
This is actually our national colors for like when we go play tournaments, represent Bermuda. So I have plenty of blue to work.
So you are well ready. Now let's get into our Feel Good Vibe of the day. So if this is the first time you're watching, I have some 2000s trivia questions for Jacky. These seem to be the better ones for Jacky. The other ones, the movies, she's just not. She couldn't get that one.
I'm like, who? What?
Oh, look, we already did this card. I got to do another card. Let me fix
No, let's do it.
No, we probably still get it wrong, but no, we're going to do another one. Okay, so all you have to do is guess the answer before Jacky. If you get the answer right before Jacky, just email us at this email address you see on the bottom of the screen for a chance to enter into our 1-year giveaway, which is happening up in June. Jacky and I have been doing this since June 2021, and we're coming up on our 1-year anniversary. Now, this first one, Jacky, I'm going to do the easiest one last, because I feel like you should get that one hands down. So we're going to start with some other ones. Keeping it on brand slightly. We'll see if you get it, if you can put 2 and 2 together. This is from a movie. What look made Ben Stiller's character in Zoolander famous?
The smolder thingy. Can I just act it out?
You can try.
It's the hill. Wait, does he do it?
But it has a name.
It has a name?
Yes. Think Coalition Blue.
That doesn't help me.
Oh, flick. I got you and the audience. So I'm going to let you know the answer, because I don't feel like anyone will get it. But I was trying to give you like the color. It's called Blue Steel. Apparently.
I'm going to have to watch Zoolander again. I don't remember it having a name.
It has a name, and that's the name. The next one, this is a news story. What company sold over $3 billion worth of products in 1991 only to declare bankruptcy a year later as digital technology became the norm? A decade later, excuse me. I'll say it again. What company sold over $3 billion worth of products in 1991 only to declare bankruptcy a decade later as digital technology became the norm? Not Microsoft, they're still kicking.
They are?
Microsoft.
They are. Yeah, they are. I'm like, weren't they bought back?
But think about it. 1991, what was popular in the 90s?
I don't know. I was playing with dirt.
You're so
88.
You should know this. I'm mad you in the audience and know this, but it's fine. You guys are gonna learn something today.
You're looking at the card.
No, but it has to do with photography.
Oh, the
Yes. Yes, it's really easy.
What are those cameras? The disposable camera.
Polaroid camera. The Polaroid, where the thing comes out, man.
Disposable ones.
They had no. They didn't have
disposable Polaroids. That's what threw me, but I don't buy a disposable. They don't even exist anymore.
But that's why I said in the 90s it was popular. Clearly, oof,
like disposable cameras. We used to get this like every day.
But no, specifically, the company was Polaroid. They went bankrupt, which it was a big news story. Clearly, you didn't read the news. Jeez. Okay, this last one. You and the audience should get it right. If you guys don't get it right, I'm just ending the show. Like, I'm not even going to do the outro. What song performed by Shaggy spent 2 weeks at the
It
top
wasn't
of
me.
the Billboard 100 in 2001?
It wasn't me.
Yes, because if you didn't get this, I was going to go like this.
That's his early song. I mean,
Not his early song. He has more songs. Don't do Shaggy like that.
sing another hit.
Angel. I don't know how to sing it though, but Angel's another hit.
Exactly. But you could easily be like, it wasn't me.
That's because everyone and their mama plays it, and he had that big snafu on the Zara. So there's that.
Exactly. He should have done better he should have made more mistakes with the Angel song too.
Stop it. So Carlton Fleming tried. He said Blockbuster. It wasn't Blockbuster and definitely not Kodak. Polaroid was the answer. But look, you've now learned something today. You guys can go around and just the next time you have a trivia game and they talk about the company that went bankrupt in 2001 because of digital technology, you guys now know it's Polaroid. You're welcome. On that note, Jacky and I hope that today's Feel Good Vibe of the Day has you ready to make it a great one. Thank you so much for watching and engaging with this episode of Good Day Bermuda, supported by Pizza House and Aliana's Restaurant. I'm Terri Tuku alongside Jacky Lambert, and we trust we'll see you next week. Do remember, Jacky and I are not live on Fridays nor Mondays, so we'll see you next week, Tuesday, for more Feel Good conversations. Until the next episode, peace and have a good day.